Shut it off!
You know what Harry Hamlin says?
Harry Hitler?
Harry Hamlin.
What?
What other people think about you is none of your business.
Exactly.
Isn't that
you
good?
Want your feelings hurt because your feelings are just getting hurt.
Yeah, if you care about what other people think about you.
Honestly, think about your significant other. I guarantee you don't want to be thinking what they think about you.
What?
You know what I mean? I'm talking to viewers at home. You don't want to be thinking about what your wife actually thinks about you. But she probably takes into consideration, like, this is the man I fell in love with, these are the traits that I liked about him, and now he's this. And they kind of put them all together, right? And it always ends up being, he's still okay. You know what I mean? Same with a wife. You do it with your wife. You married her, she's a hot piece of ass, would cook and give you blowjobs. Now that you've been married for 5 years, she's gained about 50 pounds. She doesn't put out, and she hasn't blown you in 3 years. And you're fucking eating fucking dinner from a diner every night instead of her cooking. You've lost out. You signed up for, and you move on. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't know, because, like, where is this coming from? I feel like, are you, like, trying to justify, like, being, like, mean and abusive towards, like, people that you actually like?
And the rest of your life, nothing ever stays the same.
Yeah.
Nothing ever stays the same.
Yeah.
Being married for 50 years are the people that did the same thing every fucking week after week after.
Not necessarily, or they're the people that grew and changed together.
Like that too. They actually accepted each other and they changed together.
Yeah. Otherwise, you should just get a divorce and go on with your life.
Gain your own interest. You lose interest in things. You change. People change.
Yeah.
And, if you're doing a channel, you're going to get real sick of doing fucking the same thing over and over again. So is the audience.
Yeah. I mean, you can't possibly.
People with that's a lot of pressure to deal with. It's like, how do you adapt now? How are you going to fucking keep that audience? It's real difficult.
Do you want to get a haircut tattoo like Travis Barker?
No, I don't.
I feel like you do a little bit.
I actually answered a Facebook ad that it might help me with the back of my scalp.
With the back of your scalp? What's wrong with the back of your scalp?
I always have like thinning. It's always been like a real knot in the back, and people are like, "You're going bald." And I'm 28, and it's not really bald, but it's like telling me it's actually a hair tattoo on the back of your scalp, and I'm like, that's exactly what I need.
Oh.
I don't know if I want to go that, because then what if I want to shave my head? Because that's cool too.
That's not well. What is the tattoo really ugly?
On my head, where my hair used to be.
Birthmark.
So I'm deciding against it, because that's just me with tattoos. I've never gotten tattoos because I've never seen the significance of them to put something on my body.
I haven't either.
Forever, and then think about it, like look at it 5 years from now and go, that was fucking a great idea.
It's so easy to do temp touch.
Yeah, well, I've never really had that ambition to put something on my body like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've always been fucking weirded out by needles, and I always heard that
really?
hurt. So
I want to see you with a needle.
And everyone who got tattoos, like I felt like it was the douchiest thing. They always got the worst stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of bad tattoos out there.
Don't tattoo your head, the stickers when you got a primrose hat. It's called a cowlick. It's on the crown of everybody's head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when I was talking about your hair when you were growing it out, it looked fine. You just had like your hair does a weird thing.
You know, and this is the most provincial I've heard you ever speak. You're talking about long-term love and growing old together. This is not the dark kitty. I've done the love. Crazy shit. I mean, something happened to you with some comic trying to put his tongue down your throat. No, he didn't about that story.
With what? Are you talking to me?
Not have a story. You have a story where some dude made a pass at you.
Oh yeah, tell us that. What is that match story? Match story?
Matt tried to put his tongue down your throat.
Oh.
No.
Wait, that's the story?
That never happened. I've never made like crazy sexual dances on people like that. I'm kind of real passive. Like I'll have a girl in bed and like I'll make her make a move.
Yeah, he'll wait till you have to basically capture and corner. You have to basically. I was gonna send Marks a message that said I'm gonna rape you at one point, and I thought better of it, and I think actually it would have been better than whatever human thing I said instead. I can totally tell. I know your style.
Man, I don't like to hear this.
Huh?
You could fuck his asshole, but
What? What?
How do you go about raping a man? You said you wanted to rape Matt, so how would you go about it? You gonna put some leather boots?
I mean, it would be easy. I just had to get, close enough to him in the Am I brushing my teeth? Yes, I am. Yeah, I am. I'm doing a long brush. It soothes me.
We gotta get the raw cream story too tonight.
Well, there's
the raw cream story was not you being hit on. It was some other type of.
Wait, so my story is about being hit on and somebody is trying to stop?
He doesn't know this long-term mind fuck where you can have a tattoo in the back of your head. He just trying to fuck with you.
Wait, what? A tattoo on the back of your head, you're just trying to fuck what?
Told me what the bald spot on my head is, and I just realized, like, my whole life, that's what people told me, and
I don't think you have a bald spot. You have to, let's do the hair show, and I'll check out the back of your head.
It's a cowlick, and I've always had, like, a widow's peak, too. So.
I don't think, no, you don't. No, you don't.
I'm an older man, so
you don't have a widow's peak. Do you know what a widow's peak is?
I used to have a fucking, like a monster's, like different monsters, fucking widows.
I have these shoes that look just like that kid's hairline.
Eddie Munster.
Yeah, I call them my Eddie Munster shoes. I'll show you them.
It was the werewolf, right?
I don't know. Wolverine.
Why are you doing that?
What? Dental hygiene?
And tell the Rob Green story.
Well, I don't want to jeopardize Rob Crean coming on my show and doing a full evaluation of this situation.
He's not gonna.
By associating with you. Just kidding. But
he's very blunt with his answers.
He's so crazy. He's just like in this, it's like since he went, like I'm pro vegan and I'm actually doing this fucking like keto shit right now because I'm just like, I don't know.
Vegan.
I know. And it's like very different for me. But like Rob Crean went vegan like 10 years ago and he has changed. Like Rob Crean, since when I first moved back to Boston and hung out with Rob Crean, has changed like drastically just into like this, like he's just like so like insecure in this weird way and like sad and like overwhelmable. Like it just doesn't make sense. Like I feel like it's like, why can't this be funny? Why can't this be a joke? Like, and it's like you're making this sad narrative that's not, doesn't exist for like a post that doesn't even make sense. And then you're defending it and sticking to it versus like dealing with the reality, which is actually like kind of funny.
Well, yeah, this is hilarious. Rob Crean was at his final open mic at the Middle East corner in Cambridge. This open mic is legendary. It's been there for 12 years. He's hosted it since the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And what happened with the mic? Because I didn't know it was closing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they just decide, like, it's like, also, it's like, and then that's why that post is so weird, because it's like, okay, well, why are you ending this mic? It's like you're kind of ending it, like, months after, like, everybody else that had any kind of public connection to the Middle East has, like, backed out or like is either boycotting the Middle East or has publicly spoken out against the Middle East. You don't know what happened with the Middle East?
Oh, you gotta explain it to me in my audience.
Oh yeah, okay. Well,
I'm interviewing you on it.
Well, so with the whole, I mean, I want to hear what you would say.
Well, I want you to tell me what happened. Like,
well, it's very like unclear. Basically, there are these sexual misconduct allegations, which like I only know rumors of what maybe actually happened, so I don't really feel comfortable stating that as a fact. Although, whatever, I could tell you what I know, but
lawyer talk. You say allegedly, and you change the name.
Well, yeah. So these misconduct allegations or whatever came up, got some kind of press, and they're against Joseph, the owner of the Middle East. And the Middle East responded, Joseph responded by saying, I'm going to resign now due to third-party allegations that are not true. I'm now going to resign from the Middle East, which is like a family-owned venue that owns every place around it. So the Middle East is actually like 5 businesses. And so when Joseph says he's going to resign, all that means is you're not going to see him sitting in a booth at the back of the Middle East anymore. He's just not going to show his face at the Middle East. He's not taking any kind of pay reduction. He's still the owner. He's still, I mean, that's just like total bullshit. But then the other part is, why would you even pretend that and say that if you weren't guilty? You know, you just wouldn't. It makes no sense to do that if those third-party allegations really have no weight.
Taking some sort of responsibility. I mean, these allegations are serious. People throw them around like they're fucking hotcakes now, you know?
Yeah, but it's like, but if you respond in that way to it,
it's a fucked up world.
It's like, I'm not going to respond like to Rob Crean. Am I going to go like, oh my God, I stole your hat? Like, no, I didn't steal his fucking hat. Imagine stealing a joke from Rob Crean. I would never steal anything from that dude. And I never have. but he's almost like cried, and I've had to console him on numerous occasions. And we all know that comedy comes out of anger. And I don't know. I don't want to go against my vegan standpoint, but I feel like, I don't know, he lost something.
This is very sour, Kyle says.
What is SAR? Oh, fuck.
I don't know.
I thought I was coming over and coming on the show tonight.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Hey.
Like, you're supposed to tell us the story. So these comedians, they boycotted the Middle East, and Rob Green's mic died because of it.
No, well, see, it's like if no. So if Rob Green wanted to take a stand and be like the Middle East, the comedy corner, he could take a stand like one of two ways, being like the Middle East corn comedy open mic Tuesdays is gonna go on. It's going to keep going. You know, this is about community and we're not going to destroy it because of this thing or whatever. Like, I see that. I love Bobby. I love like people that work at the Middle East. It's a difficult thing.
Every Tuesday, getting fucking loaded and just having a great time with everybody.
Yeah, I remember seeing you there one time.
It was a lot.
And we were cool.
People were really intimidated, but they should have just learned to let their guard down a little bit, have a little bit of fun. It would have been awesome. It would have been legendary. Even Sam Hyde came out to that mic and did some pretty fucking rad shit. Pumped out about it. It's such a gay little fucking world that they created, where they want to fucking be in the media, they want to be in the spotlight, but when actual comedy and cool stuff happens, they get scared and upset.
Well, it's like conflict. I feel like nobody, like for some reason, the comedy community has, whatever that is, has become so scared of conflict or like any kind of causing any kind of issue. It's like, it's insane, but it's like sometimes there's conflict and you have to address it. And as a working comedian, you have to be able to do that. You have to be ready for that. You have to like enjoy that.
He's also an ambassador to that whole comedy scene where he has respect and clout, and he can speak out and have an opinion that people can kind of be swayed by. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
he didn't speak out or have an opinion. You know, it's like the Middle East. So the Middle East open mic just went on for months, and it was like the only thing that was still happening at the Middle East, other than DJ Vanilla Rice, who I do support, who does karaoke on Thursdays after Papa Can You Wink. But like he just kept going with the show. And then, like, it was like, okay, we're ending, but it's not, like, related to, we're just ending now. But it's like, and then, like, the only thing I think he said about it is that post, which makes no sense. That's, like, about me stealing his hat and what a waste of the last 12 years, them, which grammatically can only be me, has been. So it's like, it's like you're not saying that you're ending the open mic over a sexual assault allegation or issue. You're not saying we're gonna keep this thing going. You're not saying anything other than I stole your hat and what a waste of me 12 years has been. It's really funny. For some reason, because I like confront, like, I don't know, act a certain way or like deal with things, I keep getting like dragged by the Me Too movement, and it's really hilarious. I mean, that's why I got fired from WEMF, was for being a misogynist man.
Not really.
Yeah, really. That manager that was calling and saying shit about me thought I was a dude.
You guys fucking had literally the wrong people in at the right time.
But it's still, like, it doesn't change the fact of what happened.
Like, that's pretty fucking, it sucks what happened. But, like, dude, this has gone on over and over and over again in the arts community. And, you know, since I've been around the Boston, you know, comedy and arts community since 2015 and kind of just watched it from outside. Now I've just seen it implode on itself. I've seen the EMF building get sold, and nobody talked about it for 2 years. And then when they were served eviction notices, started asking questions. And it's just like, I knew this was going to happen 2 years ago. I told people this was going to happen 2 years ago. None of you guys did anything.
No, there wasn't any way. That whole situation has been convoluted since the get-go. And it wasn't like there was much anything anyone could do, especially while Des was the landlord, owner of the building, because Des acted like he was the owner of the building, like anybody in that building just assumed and thought that Des was the owner of the building. Like, I knew the inside stuff, but even
here, I have a fucking point that's huge right here. Des was a liar.
I know
he was trying to fucking show off that he has clout and he owns the building, when in reality he was leasing it and had no control over the place.
Yeah.
He was the main issue, the main fucking problem, and he did nothing.
Yes. Well, that's why there wasn't anything that anybody else could do until Des was out of that building.
And nobody has called him out on that. Nobody's fucking done anything else. It's pretty, people like that you trust and rely on.
Well, I never trusted or relied on Des, ever, in my life. I can say that.
It's just funny what happened here,
I trust and rely on Alvin and the people basically Alvin and myself and some people that were the infrastructure of that building, but
no longer have things to do. They have to find new places.
Well, yeah, it's like
recording studios, bands, artists, all gone. From that area, it's crazy. It sucks. Using open mics to the Me Too movement, the Middle East is
to who knows who movement. What movement is that? That's not, you can't include that. The whatever the Middle East corner comedy wants to say as its legacy. I guess its legacy is me stealing hats and showing up and not getting any time.
Bob Green wrote this on Twitter. This is my favorite hat. It disappeared a year ago. As a perfect nail in the coffin of hashtag #MidEastCorn, someone I put on stage dozens of times showed up wearing. What a waste of them in the last 12 years. It's the most, depressing thing you can fucking, what was going through his head, I have no idea.
Well, I know what is going through his head, but it's not coming out his mouth. Because it's dude, are you fucking kidding? Do you realize what you're doing? Because it's people that aren't around Boston or whatever, might not even know, what that's all about or whatever. But it's no, it's you're avoiding saying anything about this sexual assault thing that has to do with the Middle East. You wrote it out, you kept doing the thing at the Middle East, and obviously you feel conflicted about it because you're there's conflict here. There's conflict, but I'm keep going. It's trying to avoid conflict at all sides, at all costs. It's well, I can't just stop doing the Middle East corner, so I'm going to keep doing it, but oh God, everybody is boycotting the Middle East. Are we doing something wrong or controversial by having this fucking open mic keep going? I'll just and it's he's doing it on the inside to himself, to the point where he makes a post like that, because that's the antithesis of anything you would want to stand for if you were going to make a statement about why you were ending an open mic.
This was 3 posts he made. It was all about a hat, and he took the time out of that night to take a photograph of you wearing.
Dude, he came up the stage, I'm standing there. We were at the Middle East for another half an hour with with Rick Jenkins and a few other people, and me and Tyrone and KKK were there. And we had a meeting. We hung out, sat down. Also, Tyrone was there. I got there way late. like I was, which is fine. Like I wasn't trying to go up or anything. I just came for the end of it. And Tyrone had been there the whole night, and he's like the fucking mayor of the Middle East open mic, the mayor of comedy. He's waiting. He's like, I'm gonna go up last. They're gonna bring me up last. And so, and get to the end, and then Rob Crean didn't bring him up at all, which is like a total fuck you. I don't know. I want to talk to him about that. And it's like, it's not the end of the world. We can just have a conversation. But if you do this, so then he comes off stage. I'm just talking, and I wanted to talk to Rob Grimm. Like, we got to talk to him about that. Because what the fuck is that? Like, how could he forget you like that? And then, like, Tyrone was like waiting. And Tyrone's like, it's the last time they're going to do, because everyone, when Tyrone goes up, like, everybody stomps their feet on the ground and is like, the thunder or something. And he's like, it's the last time they're gonna do that tonight, you know. And he would have talked about he would have made a great like ending speech for the Middle East corn. Maybe that's why, you know. I don't know. But he didn't even bring him up. And then he's behind the bar and he goes, "That's my hat." And I look over at him, and then he runs out of the Middle East. Him and whoever, JPR, who's my favorite Middle East co-host, had already left, I guess, runs out of the bar. And I was like, I turned to Tyrone, I'm like, did he just take a picture of me? And then like I did, like we wanted to talk to him. And it's like, what? It's like, why are you assuming I stole your hat? Why are you so afraid to talk to me? Or like, it's not even, it's like, you want to talk to me or say something about me or use me for your very, very poor metaphor about why you're ending an open mic, which I know has to do with sexual assault allegations that you won't address. You'll just come down on me.
Were comedians boycotting it? Was it?
No, I asked the first time I went back to the Middle East after that stuff came out. I drove by and I saw Terrence because like I was like, if they're not talking about this, then like I don't know what they're doing. Like all the comedians should be like talking about this. And so I drove by, I saw Terrence outside, and then I came and then I was like, fuck, just go back and just talk to Terrence. So I went back and I talked to Terrence and I was like, is anybody talking? Are people talking about the whole thing that's gone on? And he was like, no, nobody said anything about it. And I'm like, I really think that somebody should. And I didn't even go in that night. And, you know, I only hope that like somebody brought, because it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing when you're all getting together to be, it's like being a comedian has something to do with telling the truth to me. I fucking hate this hokey fucking shit that's divorced from reality or conflict or like any kind of truth. And it's just, that's your set or whatever. So I don't know. I didn't go for a while. Hello, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
They're saying this boring bitch.
They're turning on me?
All over the place.
Hey.
Did you steal Rob Cream's hat?
No, I did not steal his hat in any way, shape, or form. But
Cream is just cheap, and he got this hat at a Kmart, and you got it at a Kmart.
No. I mean, it's like, it's possible that Tyrone knowingly and purposely stole Rob Crean's hat, and I have a suspicion that that might be part of the story. But it's like this hat showed up. Tyrone brings me like almost rotten food, like clothes, like, and sometimes not rotten food, but when he used to go to Snap, he would get like all kinds of things. Like I would be at the Middle East and like Tyrone would be like, I have a kimono for you. Like at the Middle East, he would give me a kimono and like a 3-pound bag of kale and like whatever, anything Tyrone finds out in the world that he thinks I need or should have, he will collect and bring to me. And this was one of those things that he brought when we were at EMF, when someone had to be in the room at all times. So I hadn't left the room, and I don't know where he went, but he brought a plastic bag that had that hat and something else in it. And that hat smelled horrible. Like, I don't usually, I mean, sometimes I get rid of shit that he gives me or whatever, but I really almost threw that hat out several times because it just smelled so bad. And I was like, where did he get this? But I'm like, it's okay.
Like a hardcore vegan would wear, you know? Like a carrot cap.
Yeah, I should have thought of that. I should have known that was Rob Crean's signature hat.
I wear this at all my sets, guys.
Everyone knows it's my hat.
I find like the ultimate Larry David irony in this, though. Like, you know, this guy's been looking for this hat for a while now.
Has he?
He's worried about it. I've lost hats, many hats over the years, and you don't know where they fucking went. And you know, he's got a real vested interest in this. He's done a headshot with this hat, so it's special to him, right? And then the final night of his open mic, who shows up with the hat on her head? It is a Seinfeld episode in and of itself, right there. The credits roll. Sees the hat, he goes, oh, shucks. And, you know, it's the end of the show, right? It would be hilarious.
Well, no, you make it funny, because even if it was a Seinfeld episode or a Larry David episode, do you think that either of those people would like secretly snap a picture of that person who they know and have known for a long time and then run out of the building and then make a Twitter post about how they stole their hat versus like going up and talking to them and being like, on Seinfeld or Larry David, the person would walk up to you and say, hey, that's my hat.
Isn't that what Larry David did with his jacket? Remember the guy was wearing his jacket?
Like, fight me for it. Do anything. Why are you assuming? Why do you assume I stole it?
That jacket, and Richie April was upset about it. He said, why'd you skip away the jacket?
What season is this? I don't remember the jacket right now. I've seen all of Larry David though.
So he's not going to do any sort of media about this.
Oh God. Something so controversial and high stakes? I don't think so. That's not a safe word.
What are you talking about?
So, but Tyrone's been like, give me the hat, bring me the hat. Like, I'm like, no fucking way, Tyrone. Like, we're gonna have a show about it. Like, let's do a show about it. Because I'm not gonna give you back your hat as a hat thief who also is responsible for like the condemnation of the Middle East. Sorry. Hello?
You know what I think? The Middle East is it's all about God.
What happened to you?
Right here.
Why are you saying what the fuck then?
Because you talked for 45 minutes at the beginning of this, and then, you know, your tyrants are now down to like 2 words.
Well, I mean, I just finished my sentence. I'm in the bathtub right now, and I'm like...
Yeah, so the audio will sound like shit.
Does it?
No, this is a joke. You've never heard that Bloodhound album?
The Bloodhound Gang?
I'm in the bathroom, so this phone call might sound like shit, and the guy drops a big red bomb into the toilet.
Well, I'm in the bathtub.
Oh, you're in the bathtub? Are you naked?
No, I'm fully clothed.
With your vagina?
Yeah, my vagina and me are just out in the free world.
now I feel like different him. Isn't this what he used to do? Talk to a girl who was taking a bath.
I don't know. So what happened with Kyle after you were on the line with him and then his thing was on and then he was like having sex?
Oh, that?
Yeah.
When we prank called Kyle at his hotel.
Well, how did he feel about that?
He never addressed it because he's a retard and he doesn't know that we pranked him.
He doesn't even know about that?
I don't think he remembers it. Even the audience probably told him about it and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
That was like some weird, like if you were like...
And we got like the hotel to go to his room and knock on the door.
Yeah, I know, I was there. Did you post that whole thing?
Yeah, that's still up. That's
and he doesn't know about it? Well, he's got to know about it. Is he really that bad?
I'm like 4 episodes this year.
Yeah. What's going on?
Back on the grind. It's more of like, I haven't had interest in topics. I haven't had good topics to bring you guys. This episode has been pretty good. I've had some pretty good parody tonight. As far as what we're discussing.
Parody?
You know, what could I say about Jussie Smollett? What can I say about that? What can I say about, you know, so many other things that people already talked about? You know, like, this is a really good story right here. I gotta find these little niche stories that are interesting and fun instead of like the whole crazy mainstream stuff.
Yeah.
There's no point in that. No one's gonna come to me for that.
Well, I did like that when you were watching that TV show.
Do things that are fun and interesting.
I tried to do the pre-trial of my Vanderpump cast on my other YouTube page, and I think I got disabled again or something. I can't stream anymore.
Again?
Well, on that one page, I can't.
What are you doing? Because no one's reporting you.
It's just a copyright strike.
Stuff that YouTube is finding and going, that is not okay.
It's copyright.
Yeah, exactly. I know you play like Howard Stern audio, and
that's fine.
Like that. Any clip of my voice, Robin, gets copyright strikes.
No, Howard is not like that, and I don't know that he thinks about it.
Did you hear he's going to be going to jail for prostitution? Yeah,
why did you say that? No, I didn't hear that, and I don't. What are you talking about?
Well, he's probably good. I don't know. They're saying that bigger guys, like bigger names than just Robert Kraft, are going to be named in this prostitution ring down in Jupiter, Florida.
And from that, you decided Howard's going to be named?
That's where Howard Stern vacations. He vacations right outside of Miami in like that fucking old man zone, Jupiter, Florida. That's where all the millionaires go.
You know what? Do you know Eric Spooner?
No.
Oh, you kind of do, actually. He actually, the first time I went on the radio, WEMF radio, he was there. And he did that show, like, what was it called? It wasn't like Unregular, but it had a similar name. It was like The New Normal, or like
Far From Normal.
Maybe that was it. With like,
none of these shows were good over EMF. Like, I feel like I was the only guy that did a good show.
Yeah, until I did a show.
Well,
that's true.
Stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you could follow it every day, and
yeah, it was well, it's like I don't know where people come from with their radio ideas, but like it's like if you're not on, like when I saw you, I knew instantly like where you were coming from. And I know that nobody else was like that.
Creative person.
Well, I just like have been like, I've spent a lot of time listening to radio too, and like some people have, but they just don't have that, like they don't take it in the same way and try to do it their own way, you know? Like, I don't know, you can just tell. I mean, so many of those shows were just like about like the fucking pot report or whatever. It's like, okay, pot's legal. Is this show over? Like, I just can't imagine listening to 2 hours worth of like marijuana, and not even marijuana enjoyment, but marijuana like law legislature for 2 hours a day. And it's like, why would you?
I told all those guys that they won't have a show after it gets legalized. They need to do something else.
Immediately. I mean, it's like, don't.
That year, it got fucking 2016. It was on the ballot. It's like, it's over with, dog.
Yeah. Are they still doing that show?
I don't know. I'd love to have a new place where people can create.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Because you were real eager to come and talk with me and her about exactly that.
Well, I was so oppressed at EMF, I had to build my own studio. Because people were telling me what I should and shouldn't do, and I was like, okay, I don't want to be a burden over here. I'll just go do my own thing.
Okay. But you want to build something that's...
And that was after being ousted for no reason.
Yeah, not by me and her.
For a position I was fucking overly dedicated to.
Dude, I went through the same fucking thing.
You couldn't find a guy like me to do a show daily with that type of fucking fire about it. You know what I mean?
I know.
Good luck finding a guy to do a show every day at your dumb internet radio station.
Who are you talking to?
No, I'm just saying that. If you wanted to start one today, good luck finding one guy that'll show up every day and do a show.
Oh, I'm sure.
It'll never happen again. People aren't that dedicated, starting with nothing and building it up to fucking something.
I mean, there's people. I don't want to give up on all. There are people, you know, and then you need to believe that those other people are out there too, because we need each other.
What's this clip?
Huh?
In the bathroom, so this phone call might sound like shit, and the guy drops a big.
Oh, I get it. No, I'm supposed to be taking Epsom salts.
Okay, well. So Rob Green, he did a great thing for his career that I want to show on the show.
Do you think he takes medication every day?
That was a couple weeks ago. No, I wasn't. That's a lie. Because I only put that in the story because I take medication every day. So.
I believe that part.
Only time I watched
that was very believable.
It's at my mom's house, but I was watching live PD on YouTube. It's a bootleg feed of live TV. A lot of people watch it, and it plays the commercial. I don't get exposed really too much to television commercials anymore, and I was shocked to see this come on my screen.
Oh wow! You saw it on Real TV?
It was on A&E.
Oh my God! Really?
What channel is live PD on? True TV or A&E? One of those. They're owned by the same company though. So you know, he's on cable now, guys. He's
I wonder.
And I immediately recognized this Frosty the Snowman looking motherfucker. It's still back. I take medication every day. I couldn't believe it. And he's sitting there like an old man in a cardigan fucking sweater, buttons, by the way.
Without his signature hat.
Wearing rings, you would wear as an old man too to keep your old man head warm in the winter? My grandfather used to wear one a lot. Reading glasses, a newspaper, and a glass of water, and some cheap red wheat stuff in the background. I know that that's a television thing, but you're sitting there, you're this comedian guy, or you're trying to get your hand in acting a little bit, and this is the thing you want out there, because hey, how old is he?
He's gonna be late 30s.
Late 30s.
I don't know if he's 40 yet.
Don't hold it against him with the white hair because,
he's always had white hair.
I'm so stressed out and crazy that my hair is eventually going to go gray overnight. So I won't look like this eventually.
You're so concerned about your hair. I don't think you have a bald spot,
He's old and it's almost like he's dying, dude. This is a youthful artist, The guy he used to go to fucking punk shows a couple of years ago, I bet.
Yeah.
He's playing an old man in the fucking Amazon commercial.
Well, I'm proud of him for that, At least.
This is the ultimate sellout right here. This is a sellout. Amazon is a fucking shit company that people in New York City were shivering. In Queens were literally shivering in their fucking tiny shoebox apartments going, well, if Amazon moves to town, we're fucked because we're going to get priced out of these places. Now that Amazon's in Boston, what communities are going to be affected by that type of shit?
Okay, you're right. He's a villain.
If you can't beat them, join them, Rob, right? Why not make ads for their pharmaceutical fucking middleman company? PillPack.
Rob is not taking a stand against anything, and that is clear.
I'm against advertisement. I'm against sponsorship just because it generally rules the content. I can't say fucking certain words if I have sponsors or if someone's sending me money. I can't rely on that type of stuff.
Well,
shouldn't be doing that right away. They should just rely on themselves.
Yeah. You want to get sponsors that you support.
And if someone writes us 10 letters saying you said this, we're not going to fucking fire you. We don't care.
Yeah.
But it's Amazon is a bad company. And you're a man of the people. You're a fucking this, that, and the third. This is a sellout. You're a fucking sellout here, man.
Yeah.
I still take these. Soundproof. Such an old man, it's hard to open the fucking pill things every day. He needs this company. Get it? But now,
I just need to know if he takes medication every day.
Directly to my door every month. Even better, the service is free. I only pay my copays. Does your pharmacy do that? They don't. I was shocked when I saw it.
I can't.
I immediately went to Twitter and I tweeted him, knowing that he wouldn't like what I had to say about it. I go, sweet pill pack ad, and it's a lady shoving pills down her face. And he goes, it's a great service. Finally, people have an alternative to dumping a pill bottle over their open mouth. And so you took the GIF I sent you seriously, man? You're devoid of all humor. You are.
Oh, I thought.
Being on a stage telling people jokes when you have no fucking sense of humor.
Oh, so you didn't even say anything harsh to him.
No, I just said.
I thought you said something like you're saying, like something really. I thought you.
And let's get on this topic too. Another comedian that fucking killed themselves at the age of 48 via hanging. That is fucking another human life that could have easily been prevented from loss had someone fucking, helped this person out a little bit and gave him fucking some help.
Wait,
a lot of comedians.
Who are you talking about?
They're fucked in the head. I'm talking about what's his name that just passed away Friday. People say he So many comedians are fucked up people, man. You're talking about Brody Stevens. Brody Stevens.
Oh my God, no!
What fucking planet are you on?
Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Every comedian that has been on.
Oh my God.
But it's, they are damaged people. And for you as a comedian to be, on fucking television, saying, yeah, I slammed pills into my head and blah, 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 blah. It's like, well, that's good, but you don't go on stage and talk about fucking dealing with that, do you? I don't know. Where are you in the topic of, comedians fucking... Maybe if Brody Stevens had come back, he would have got his meds correctly when they killed himself. Yeah. Maybe they would have fucking taken care of each other a little bit. A lot of fucking, it's this pomp and bullshit going on in this comedy world where it's, it gets people fucked in the head.
What if you tell people that you hope that they hang themselves? How about that?
Who's that?
What role does that play in the community?
I have it on the good authority that Jim Redan has co-packed, and that's why he's doing better. He makes a check. After seeing this, you can understand why it meant so much for him to have hair like this.
Oh my God, I can't believe it. Okay, I can't even deal. I'm just gonna pretend that's not real, but I thought you said something way harsher to him. Like something you would say to me, like as a friend. Like, I hope that you hang yourself.
Said to me all the time. And, usually if I say something horrible to somebody, they know it's not fucking real. Right?
It's something.
Okay. Well.
But so I thought that he was saying unbleached is an alternative to pouring pills down your throat. Like, I thought he was doing a real dig on you with that comment.
An alternative to dumping a pill bottle over there.
But that was just a response to your thing, which wasn't.
I have a big issue with the pharmaceuticals and stuff. Like, I don't agree with pharmaceuticals. I feel like people are on too many medications. You know what I mean? But also, I feel like people are lying to us about cannabis, too. Because I'm crazy still, and I smoke cannabis. That probably has it, right?
Wait, what's the first part?
Like, I have issue with pharmaceutical companies.
You have anger issues?
I really don't have anger that much anymore.
What was?
I get frustration issues. I don't get anger issues. I get more like, I just hit a wall with something. I'm just gonna throw something here. I'm gonna have a hissy fit here, and then I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna wake up tomorrow with a clear head, and I'm gonna accomplish what I was pissed at yesterday.
All my enemies dead.
Like
and then I'm gonna refriend them.
Frustration.
You want to know something funny? That's kind of similar to you seeing that Rob Crean commercial.
In a while, I think that the Rob Crean commercial was that's close to anger for me because this guy's on TV.
Yeah, no, I know.
I've arrived now, and it's no, you haven't, dude.
Do you want to know something funny that's kind of like that?
What?
So, do you know, you weren't familiar with that Harry Hamlin quote, so I don't know if you're watching Bravo, but I don't know if you're watching the E! channel, but are you aware of a spin-off of the Kardashians called Rob and China that was about Rob and Black China?
No. I remember Rob and Big, and I remember...
Oh my God, and Big died! I loved them! I loved Rob and Big, but I loved Big the most, and he's dead, and I can't believe that I can't even deal with that other thing. But so around that time, that was right. So Rob Patillo went to California to do this fucking China documentary or whatever, you know? Like, he thought I was just gonna, like, go on that thing, and I was like, there's no way I'm going. And
you were seeing each other then?
it was, like, at the end of things.
Yeah, but I was just doing my research on Joe Rogan for my expose, and he's come out against cannabis. He orchestrated a pro-debate on the cannabis issue, and he says it causes schizophrenia.
Oh.
I mean, that explains a lot.
Is that what you said? Is that what you said? That's why you think you have schizophrenia?
No, I watched the Joe Rogan pot debate, and the guy who's like anti-pot on that like brought up a ton of good points that got into my head.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh my god, I shouldn't watch that. I don't know what I'll do if I stop smoking. Oh, I guess I could though. I really honestly could.
Their opinions,
especially
when
smoking.
they back it up like facts and shit. And,
wait, what's wrong with it?
Studies. Well, they say that, cannabis use does cause, some sort of schizophrenia. I agree it causes paranoia. I mean, if you smoke enough weed and fucking at the wrong time of the day.
Well, yeah, I mean, but like you get over that.
Those aren't fun at all.
Well, you have paranoia, but that's like...
It's a strong medication, though. Like...
Yeah, maybe for you should stop smoking pot.
People call it a drug.
Yeah.
First time I smoked weed, man, that was a crazy experience. I fucking freaked the fuck out.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck was going on?
I saw the Plymouth Rock the first time I got high.
Deal with it.
What did you do? What happened? What was the day? Describe it to us.
Well, it was a little bit of seeds and stems from old dad's stash.
Oh, old dad.
My dad's weed, yeah. I took it. Took a little bit of it. It's probably enough to make like a fucking blunt like this, for Christ's sake. And rolled it up in a market basket circular. You know, the fucking specials that they send you in the mail. I
love them.
I need a nice thin piece
That's
of paper.
my aesthetic.
So I use the market basket circular with all the disgusting ink on it. Rolled that up pretty good. Probably used a piece of Scotch tape with it. And I lit that thing and I inhaled. And the effects took over pretty substantially because I was fucked up. I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
What did you do?
It's one of those things where you hear things, you see things, like kind of don't know what the fuck's going on, and your brain's just telling you you're going to die. And it's basically everything that has to do with a panic attack. Where it's just like, that's what a panic attack is. Your brain is telling you, or your mind is thinking, your whole body is thinking, I'm going to die. For some weird reason, something is going to just kill me. And you just freak out for a little bit. And then what I did was just kind of slept it off. But I remember,
I'll die in my sleep.
I remember just being fucking, my heart racing. And that was some bammer ass weed too. It wasn't like anything good at all.
How old were you?
Probably 13 years old. I had my first cigarette on my own when I was like 8. People would just leave their packs of cigarettes and a lighter, just chilling. And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna try out a Marlboro Light. Did it all, you know what I mean?
So you didn't do but you just got high and then you just went immediately to bed.
Not really. I kind of freaked out for a little, like an hour, probably 2 hours.
Yeah, that's young though. Yeah, so you're not like.
And I was alone.
Yeah, you were like alone at night. That's kind of scary.
What I was thinking about at the time, so I was just perpetuating it all night.
Yeah.
The paranoia, basically what it was. It's all paranoia. It was all but I could see how that could cause some sort of like. That's
what's led you to locking yourself in a room by yourself and not talking to anybody and smoking pot alone.
What do you say there?
Oh.
That's that.
Did I cut out there?
No, I didn't get it.
You didn't get it?
No, what were you saying?
that may have led you to your current state where you lock yourself in a room and don't talk to anybody and smoke weed by yourself?
I've never done that.
And live in screen life?
I don't need to smoke weed. I haven't smoked weed with anybody in a while.
Exactly.
I honestly like.
You don't need to
weed.
see people.
It is a good fucking thing to do alone. And you don't have to share anything.
As is life in general, don't you feel?
What?
As is life in its entirety, don't you feel?
I miss riding around in cars with my friends smoking weed. Back when it was illegal, that was fun.
So, do you want to hear the rest of my story?
Rob P's show about living in all.
So, okay, so then,
Chat knows what's up.
So then I'm at my parents' house watching, like, and I have the television on or whatever, the E channel, okay, and this like ad comes up for the Rob and China show, this new show. And I was like, the same thing happened to me when Busy Phillips started her new show. And my dad looked at the TV and he's like, I'm like, do you think it's me, right? And I'm like, yeah, I don't have a show yet on fucking E at night. But I was like, what the fuck? Because I thought it was Rob and China. And I mean, oh, thank God it was Rob Kardashian and Black China. So I know how you feel with your anger towards Rob Cream. But I don't have anger towards him about his medication ad. I think he was born to make medication ads like that.
To Rob from China and Rob.
Is that funny?
I don't know what happened to Rob Patillo. What's he doing now?
I don't know.
He's not being creative anymore?
No, I'm sure he's doing so. I think there's a whole LA quiet desperation.
Boy, just on SAG, getting SAG. That's it.
Getting what?
I don't know. Everybody who moves to LA just completely becomes creatively bankrupt.
Yeah. You think so?
They just give up, yeah.
I don't, let me think.
I'm serious. That whole city just takes it out of you.
I don't know. I think there's some like I don't know. I want to go to I was gonna go to LA like this fucking winter. I was all like ready to go. I was definitely not going to be here through the winter and I was going to LA and then I had to keep going to court for this EMF shit. And that has like kept me here. I just went.
Oh, you're in trouble now? You squatted?
No, my lawyer just turned around and tried to like sue me for the settlement. And so I had to go to fucking small claims and fucking I don't know. I can't even. But it's okay. I mean, I'm winning. I was right. I was right the whole time. I was right about everything. My only mistake was
they're making you get one.
Taking this guy's advice. Huh?
You have all this smart lawyer knowledge, and they want to see it in court, right?
No, I just have knowledge about the EMF. Well, kind of though, actually. Like I've been in court so many times, and like
the corporations and shit. Like this is what they do to you. Like if you fucking you have your rights and everything, but the corporation still has lawyers and money, and what they're gonna do is they're still gonna fuck you up.
They'll try, but if you're right, you just got to go there and you got to represent yourself. Believe me, I'm winning. I just won. I just won twice, representing myself and showing up.
So you got to do that, but
yeah, they try and intimidate you out of that is what happens. And the same thing with the EMF. It's like it's all intimidation and it's illegal for them to do that. Like, and so you just have to fucking stand up and represent yourself. Like, there's really not a lot that can happen to you if you're not a corporation or like a person with $1 million that's doing fucked up shit.
Is that the real Jimmernam or fake Jimmernam in the chat?
I think Jimmernam is like a secret fan of me.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so, because he tweeted me that EMF should burn to the ground.
Eminem did?
Yeah.
Really?
So I feel he must have some kind of crush on me.
Okay.
You know how it is.
They think WMF is the worst. WMF is a joke. They lost their studio.
WMF is
They never had
DAD. Dad.
You never had your car.
Yeah, but I think people realize about I mean, you can keep giving your money to Des, but like if you want to act like he's a hero of the artistic community by making his living off of the money of artists and whatever enterprise he does, that's basically what you're dealing with.
Backs of the artist.
Where can I save this? I'm on a landline right now in a bathtub.
All right, well, don't drop it in there.
Like, I don't want to move. How do I cam into the show? I can't even do that.
Your time's up.
Do you want to go to a funeral memorial tomorrow for our friend Rich DuPont, who jumped off a building downtown?
When?
It's tomorrow at 11 a.m. at St.
What did he do that for?
Huh?
What the fuck did he do that for?
He was like, I mean, he was a major alcoholic. Like,
Know him?
what?
I know him at all?
I don't think that you probably ever met him, because an OG comedy scene dude. He was like he was good friends with Tyrone. Like basically, like, and we tried to do, it's funny too, because we tried to do like the Rich DuPont memorial roast, like, which he would have loved, and we tried to like go and talk to all the comics at the Middle East and stuff, like people like Rob Crean and stuff, and like some people like they're like, oh, we just like it's like some people will talk about, it's like when somebody like, and it's fucking weird, because it's like obviously what happened with Nick was a fucking tragedy. It's just so, I don't know what, like, the comedy scene doesn't have it right with like people and mental health.
Every day, and people just dealt with their pain. They didn't help them. That's what fucking kills
people. Just avoid them, and then avoid them and their issues in death.
Kind of freaks me out, because he was a pretty fucking substantial member of that Los Angeles comedy scene.
Wait, who are you talking about?
Brody Stevens. For a guy like that,
I can't believe this.
Shows that there's no support in that fucking comedy world. That a comedian who's in so much fucking pain can't confide in other comedians, can't confide in a fucking therapist, can't confide in somebody.
Well, I mean, have you seen, there's like a whole documentary with Brody Stevens, and like everybody like, have you seen his stuff? He's very kind of openly suicidal, and I don't think that that's an instance of
way of dealing with the pain that they're in, but also, like, you got to take into consideration that, yeah, you're talking about your problem, but what are you fucking doing about it? What are you doing to fucking get through another day without that pain? You're in pain for some reason. Talking about it on stage might help for fucking 5 minutes every night. But what are you doing when you go home after talking about that? Nothing. You're still sitting in it. And these fucking comedians, they think, oh, it's helping my career. It's helping me fucking write. It's helping me make better fucking jokes. No, it's not.
I don't know.
You fucking killed yourself.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think that was Brody Stevens' attitude. Other than, are you trying to say because he wasn't taking his medication or something. I mean, he's
medication related, but all in all, people see these comedians every night and they talk about their pain. They talk about real things. People, when I say, oh, fucking, suicide was on my mind. It's not. I'm not fucking kidding. No, when you're good, you don't think about ending it. But when there's bad shit going on, you're like, well, fuck this. I might as well just fucking be dead. I don't want to deal with this. I'd rather be dead. That's when you got to fucking kind of check out what the fuck's going on and kind of change that scenario a little bit to the best of your ability in the way that you can control it. You know what I mean? It's fucked up. But you shouldn't put yourself in a position where you're in so much fucking pain all the time. Take a step back. Artie Lang is a prime example of a guy who is surrounded by people that claim they love him and claim that fucking this, that, and the third, and his best interests are there. He can still fucking snort drugs. And he still continues to do that. The guy doesn't fucking care about himself or the people around him.
How is he doing? I haven't seen his Twitter, but how is he doing though? He was in rehab recently and tweeting very positive, life-affirming.
You literally are on probation and looking at years of time, and you still continue to do drugs. Like, I don't understand the addict's mentality of defeating the system. I don't like that idea. I don't think that human beings in their right life like that. You have to have, and this is why addiction is such a serious fucking disease, is because these people actually have it in their mind that they can fucking get high one more time and defeat the system. And a lot of addicts who get high one more time.
What do you mean defeat the system?
He keeps living. He keeps getting second chance after second chance after second chance. And it's not teaching him anything. He needs to go to prison. He needs to
Wait, what do you mean defeat the system?
There's no rehab in the world that can help this fucking guy.
Wait, I don't think defeat the system is a phrase.
Defeat the system? All right. They're over there, they're fucking trying to deceive the system. You know how addicts do?
You mean beat the system?
And piss clean on Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
The body chemistry usually can pass the drugs through without being detected. And that's a stupid fucking thing to do because you're inhaling a fucking addictive substance. You can't control that. So, all right, I'm going to snort heroin tonight and not do heroin Sunday, Monday, and piss clean on Tuesday. Try doing that as an addict. Because I guarantee you snort heroin tonight, you're gonna probably do it tomorrow, and you think that you can piss clean on Tuesday. Think. And then Tuesday comes, you snorted heroin Monday afternoon too, right? Because you thought, fuck it. And you didn't show up to that fucking PO appointment. Now you're fucked. Now you have to fucking go to jail. Again. All because you thought it was a good idea to snort heroin one more time. That's just one example. Another one is just you snort it one time, it's fentanyl, you're dead. That's a fucked up scenario too, but it's just one little fucking small split decision that person made at that point in time in their life that caused a whole crazy fucking collapse.
Oh my God.
The mental health thing and stuff though, it's like you see a guy like fucking, he's going on stage every night and talking about these horrible things that are going through his head, and you don't talk to him later after hearing it about 10 times, going, dude, like, what's really going on? You want to fucking grab a beer? You want to grab a fucking soda? You want to grab a coffee? Let's talk. Because I feel like that sometimes too. It sucks when you're alone in this world. Some people feel so alone. It's like there's billions of people out in the world. Go out there and just fucking talk to somebody real quick. You might feel alone. It's happening more and more. The huge successful ones too. Huge successful guys have no one to fucking talk to, and their best option is to fucking end it. And that is very concerning in 2019. It's concerning to me. as a men's health advocate that, you know, the people who kill themselves most are men middle-aged, you know, who lose purpose in life.
So when is Joe Rogan off himself already?
Well, when's Joe Rogan going to get on his fucking podcast and have an open and serious conversation with all his comedian friends about this? That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, exactly. I would love that. I would love to do that in Boston.
Instead of these comedians going on their fucking Twitter and doing these stupid tributes 5 minutes after the guy's not even fucking cold.
Yeah.
You know, instead of doing that, why don't you go on your stupid podcast and have an open discussion about this and say, what are we doing? You know, what can we do to prevent another fucking brilliant person from hurting them? Absolutely no fucking reason for it.
Instead of private messaging me and telling me I'm banned from Jed's because of like literally like
I'm banned from Jed's too.
Yeah, but I got that message from after I was on clinical depression talking to Nick's fucking mom on the phone. And with these comedians who none of them had a like genuine conversation with her. And I did. And then they privately messaged me like that I'm banned from Jed's and because of my self-serving statements or whatever. And I'm like, ask them, which is like what that is like breeding. It's like, what, so you want, like, that's what you're doing. Like, that's like trying to get, like, that hurt me so badly. And it's like, and I'm a strong person. Like, I don't, and so does Nick's mom, and so does Nick. And it's like, you're like some kind of like suicidal feeling like in me. Or, you know, it's like, what kind of response is that to anybody?
What were they doing to you?
They just like messaged me and said that like that I was banned from because I went on clinical depression and talked to Nick's mom, and they like which was a hard thing to do. Like, I don't even want to talk about it, but it's just like the idea of like, I don't know, people get weird about that stuff and like let it happen and aren't open about it. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get why people aren't talking about the sexual assault shit. And I don't get why people get bullied and, you know, all this weirdness that
not enough people get bullied. That's my fucking opinion.
Well, yeah, but openly, you know, openly. Like, if they had said that openly, then it would have been something that people, like, you know, that's the whole difference. It's like, that's the whole difference, like with the Rob Crean thing, like being like this lady and trying to like drag me, or like, I don't even fucking know what the aim of that was, but like without like engaging with me or doing it openly is like a weird fucking thing. It's like anti-comedy.
His Twitter followers too. You notice the only guy who really chimed in was ultra successful comedian. What's his name?
Who? On what?
Will Moonman.
Oh yeah.
Will Moonman he was trying to, you know, show all his big comedian friends what was going on, I think.
Oh, what do you say?
They're writing to on Twitter.
What?
They're hoping bigger people see their tweets, that's all.
Yeah, but it's just bullshit. It's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It doesn't make sense to me. Because and now everybody's comedy, every single person's comedy is like a non-joke about how they're gonna kill themselves. Like Terrence, before he moved to LA just recently, like his whole like last stand-up act was all about if and when I kill myself, and there was like not even like a punchline to it. Like there was no joke to it.
Laughing at it.
I mean, this is what it's like. I know that people are doing it like left and right, but there's like no joke to it. Rob Crean does the same thing. He's like, I really want to kill myself, so I stopped drinking because I want to kill myself a little bit less, and that's the whole joke.
Right.
And it's not like a joke, and it's like, well, I get why you're like sad and like conflicted and like depressed, because there's all this shit that you're not dealing with and you're avoiding. Like maybe your ability or like whatever involvement in somebody in your community's death. Like
I wouldn't put that burden on them.
No, I wouldn't put that. Well, but like with Jed's privately messaging me that and saying that to me, it's like that makes absolutely no sense.
They do talk about killing themselves, and it's just like you got to sit them down and just kind of go, man, you really. That's part of your act. I get it, but is talking about it helping you, or are you still feeling fucked up? You know, like give them a call in the middle of the day and just say hello. How you doing, dude? Yeah. Just had this weird conversation with this lady. You know, just kind of talk with people. You know, I don't have that crazy of a rapport with anybody right now when it comes to like, oh, you know, I got a best friend that I talk to all the time.
I know, it's me, and you don't even talk to me.
But it's like, you know, take a minute out of your day and just give someone a call that you might be fucking concerned with. People like that who fucking seem to be alone all the time. And if they're unreachable, make them reachable. Take them out fucking coffee or something.
Oh yeah? What if you are that alone, unreachable person and someone
I got my mom. You know
okay.
what I mean?
So that's why if I call you, you'll just hang up on me and won't talk to me.
Last Saturday, I was at the shop late. Like I said, that's why I didn't do the show. And I was talking with my mom for like an hour and a half on the phone. And, you know, she's down in North Carolina right now taking care of her mother. And I got to go down there and kind of do some things. And, you know, she's explaining to me that her and her common-law husband, you know, she's done with him. He won't change. He won't stop drinking. You know, when he comes home at night, he basically just comes home and goes to bed. And he won't change. He won't do this. So she's made her fucking decision. You know what I mean? And I have to talk to somebody about that decision. It's pretty crazy. When you think about it. I'm sure she's got a lot of other people she can discuss that with, and I'm not like the person she goes to for it, but I could tell her telling me that was just a little difficult for her to just kind of get that out there, like, hey, you know, he might not be around anymore.
Yeah.
Just for this reason. And it's just like, well, you can see it coming, you can see that and everything.
What are your thoughts?
But it's like, I felt cool that, you know, my mom was open with me and confided in me with it a little bit.
But what are your thoughts about?
You know, it causes a rift between me and her, where it's like I don't hear from her as much because she's isolating in her own little fucking to kind of avoid me.
Why?
World.
Because she doesn't want to tell you.
I can kind of pick up things that are weird, you know.
You're like, you keep calling your mom and she keeps like putting you on hold.
You looked at me in 20 minutes. I can tell that, you know, you don't want me around. Type of thing.
I think you just need to hang out with a few more people other than your mom. Maybe she's just tired of you.
Hearing much from her.
And you think she's just been wrestling with telling you this?
Not even that. It's just she's wrestling with what the fuck she wants to do with the rest of her life. I think.
Mm.
You know, and you got to think this guy, he's been through a lot with her, and this is a big decision. You know what I mean? Because relationships, you grow with people, or you change, or you fucking separate, right?
Yeah. Or you
Like
grow like that bark the tree man.
Well, it's always been is like drinking.
And your nails start to curl and you can't use your hands.
The guy works at a bar, you know what I mean?
What bar?
Kind of like his whole life.
What bar? Billerica?
No, it's a club bar in some city outside of Oregon.
Oh my God, I love Billerica.
But, you know, he's in charge of that, and he doesn't really have any income, so he's living with her for free. I like that.
For how long?
They've been together almost 10 years. They're common law married. They've been together over 8 years, living under the same roof. So
Now, but you have called this person dad. I don't know if you've called him dad, but
I've never called him a stepfather or a dad.
You have
I've never been close to him.
You have referred to them.
I've been real close with him because he's a guy who had sex with my mom. Okay?
You mean another guy?
My brother was more close with this guy than I was. You know what I mean? And I've never opened up to him, never been real close. My brother had that weird, he could fucking just be cool with anybody, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, that's a hang up with me. I can't be, it's a weird relationship.
You're very picky. You can't be okay with anybody.
You live with my mom. Like, I've gotten to that point where it's like, this the guy who, you know, my mom loved. But when they were first seeing each other and everything, it was just, I was living on the same house, you know, in the house with them at that point in time. So it was kind of weird. You know what I mean? It's a new guy living in the house with me. I'm the man of the house now, you know what I mean? My dad had been in the picture for a couple of years then. And it was just to have him there, it was kind of, and they were real secretive about it. And it's just like, fuck, I'm not 12. I don't care. It's funny, dude. To be honest with you. Like, the stuff that I've gone through.
Wait, they were real secretive about him living in the house?
Not living, but like them being intimate.
Okay.
That a couple, you know.
You mean they weren't fucking in the living room?
Oh, the weirdest thing that happened was my mom was opening mail, and there was some sexual fucking toys in the mail that getting, and I'm like, oh, gross. They have sex.
What was it?
I don't know, some sort of vibrator thing.
Oh my God. Have you seen the sex toy stealer that looks like me?
So I hopefully shouldn't do this part where I'm just, you know, being open about the shit I've seen.
No, this is great. This is the best stuff.
No, it's fun, honest radio. That's what I do here.
Yeah. I think that's the best stuff.
Fun, honest radio for 35 to 500 people a week.
Wait.
I think my audience is bigger than Rob Crean's.
Sure, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Come on a show with an actual audience and try and get some fucking fans out of it.
I mean, like, it's like why it's like, I don't know why. I don't understand how this can be a serious narrative and not a joke, but Rob Crean is going to try for it. He's going to try for it.
He should ask you seriously for his dumb hat back because you would give it to him.
Yeah. Like a human being, like, I don't know.
Back. That's physically, and you know it's his.
Now I do.
He accuses you of stealing it, but you threw Tyrone under the bus for that.
I mean, I want to talk to. I'm trying to figure out if Tyrone's phone is working because I think we should
have Rob Crean's phone number.
Rob Crean's phone. Well, yeah, but we should call Tyrone. Can you call Tyrone?
Yeah.
If I give you his number? Okay. But so was there conflict though?
There's 30 people listening right now. They might call him.
Because you have said, I know I'm tempted to just give out his number, but I guess I won't. I've given it out many times, so if you really want it, just look.
And I don't want to bleep it out or.
So was there conflict though with you and the dude when he first moved in? Like, was there any like fights? Like,
No. The only time we had a fight was when I was really drunk, and the night of my brother's wake. I told everybody about that on the show, where I was just real fucked up and just grief hit me, and I was being like just wild, was kicking shit, breaking shit, and was outside, and he tried to hug me and hold me down. I punching him and shit.
Yeah, I can't. There's certain states that I can't take a hug or any kind of physical.
Just it was just a crazy fucking something that happens once in a lifetime. We'll just say.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was gonna call that.
But you have referred to them as your parents.
Well, not my parents.
You have though.
I got my mom.
Because you're so avoidant of your dad. When's the last time you talked to real dad?
2 years-ish. I've seen him. Last time I saw him was my Nana's wake. Funeral.
Have you called him?
No. I think I have his number blocked. I have no interest in my father.
He's like me.
My father, he had a great family for 18 years, and the first woman who had some sort of like money house and kind of her own independence that she got from her first divorce or second, I don't even know. As soon as he got in with her, this is where he betrayed me. I was at a real low point in my life in 2010. I was 19 years old, no license because I got my first DWI crashing a truck that I had with no insurance. Got a DUI, totaled the truck, had no license, was taking the bus every day. I would have to walk about 45 minutes from my house in Billerica to a bus stop that took me to the Burlington Mall that I could get to Leahy Clinic to work at the kitchen there. I would do this 5 days, maybe 6 days a week. If I didn't have a ride, which was usually my pops told me he would help me out, especially on a day that I couldn't get the bus, that he would be there. This particular day was a Sunday, I believe. I had to go into work, and I wake up that morning, my dad's not home. Call him up, he ain't answering his phone. His phone's dead. I have no idea where this guy is, and he's supposed to be here, and he's never late. He's never fucking done this once. Didn't hear a thing from him. I called my friend Kevin, who's at the time he was over 50, but he looked like he was 75 years old. Had Parkinson's disease. He shook like a bastard. This is how he would shake. He had kind of a tick like this where it looked like he was scratching his arm. But that was just his Parkinson's disease. And it was onset from his alcoholism, I think. He also had a few other ailments. But I met this guy in AA. I didn't know him from fucking, a nail on a chalkboard type of thing. I didn't know this guy for more than, 5 weeks, we'll say. But this guy had my phone number, and we were a part of something known as a fellowship. And I called him that morning, and he gave me a ride to work. My father didn't. My father blew me off because he met this woman one night. That was the ultimate betrayal for me. Right there and then. Like, even early in the morning, the guy couldn't get up and fucking take care of what he said he was going to take care of. I was a fucking destroyed individual at 19 years old after I crashed that truck. And, I moved back to Billerica, completely alcoholic. My mother let me move back in because I couldn't get to work anymore because I lost my license, and work was right up the street from the house. So I would hang out with my friends in town, and I would like to smoke weed. They didn't want to smoke weed anymore. So they were fucking doing Percocets. Literally just chilling, 3-4 people hanging out, snorting pills off a fucking table, dude. And, you could tell where the shit went from there. But, around May 2010, I attended my first AA meeting, and kind of those people helped me and kind of carried me through that whole year after that. And a few more times in my life, I kind of let people I met in AA kind of help me out. And, it was really, I just met cool people in there, and outside I would hang out with those people. And they would drink, and they wouldn't drink and stuff. That was basically it. That was all AA was. But like outside of AA, we had different interests, cars and stuff. I met my friend. We learned how to he showed me how to modify cars. And, I learned a lot off of that dude, and kind of inspired me to get into the automotive field. But also, sick sense of humor. Like these people are comedians for comedians in their own mind. Some of the fucking people I've met from the AA rooms, just hilarious fucking people. Great people to sit around and talk and shoot the shit with. I spent fucking countless hours on hours in church parking lots, in restaurant parking lots, just talking to these people, shooting the shit. So 2 in the morning, sometimes we'd fucking hang out. The fucking sun would come up. You know what I mean? It was that type of shit. It was like hanging out with people on cocaine but without coke. That's how fucking fun sober people are.
Yeah.
And how fucked up they are at the same time. It's really cool. And I was exposed to a lot of cool shit then, but I got really bored of it. And there's a ton of mental illness even in the halls of Alcoholics Anonymous. I know more people who have killed themselves in sobriety than fucking, a lot of these comedian types. And I see a huge parallel between the open mic scene world and the AA world. You know what I mean? It's almost like they're the same kind of thing, but different outlets. There's a lot of guys that go to AA meetings just to talk some shit for 10 minutes. Get something off their chest type of deal. And there's some real powerful people who have a good message on what, they're talking about, but it's all bullshit that someone else already told them.
In AA?
I haven't been to an AA meeting in 2 years. I don't see myself fit for it. I don't see myself, jealous. I don't like the message anymore where it's, complete sobriety is the answer. It's not the answer. There's other ways of doing it, but talk therapy is huge. If they let people like me in to kind of if they put a fucking tradition in that's what, cannabis is okay, then maybe I would become an AA member again. But I'm not fucking dealing with that stigma where it's yeah, he smokes weed.
Oh.
I know dozens of AA members who low-key were smoking weed.
So you're
25 years sober in AA who smoke weed.
You're not allowed. They have a really strict
thing.
thing.
They will never admit it. They will never admit it. Or they're taking Xanax, or they're taking some sort of mood stabilizer. They're not completely sober. But they throw this around like complete abstinence is the absolute answer. And it's accurate. Yes, I don't want to drink, therefore I don't drink. But Xanax is kind of the same fucking thing, dude. The only thing is, I don't drive my car on Xanax into telephone poles. I just sit here and eat fucking candy and, think my life is going good when really it's falling apart. Because, I'm blocking out shit. It's kind of shitty the way to, kind of medicate.
Yeah, Xanax
It's like
isn't good.
the alcoholism, drug addiction, it's a completely different animal when it comes to a mental disease. It's a huge, huge stigma that people don't understand. They don't understand that, like, yeah, you do have a disease. The way you treat it is by not using. Don't use the excuse, I have a disease, so therefore I have to do this. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. You don't have to get high today. If you go through the pain of fucking detox today, you won't have to get high tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, do it once. For the rest of your life, you'll be okay.
Well, but who are you talking to?
I'm talking to anybody out there who might have a problem with something, whether it's alcohol, whether it's fucking pills, whether it's something that it's completely blocking you from the next step in your life.
Yeah,
Or
totally. It's like make a plan and just go day by day.
It's getting you to a probation. It's all kinds of bullshit. I think about what I went through with my DUI. One of my terms was I couldn't drink. And as an alcoholic, I didn't know how to fucking do that. And I was scared shitless. I didn't know what the fuck I was going to do. Because I knew I was going to fuck it up somehow. Something put AA in my life at that moment in time. And that helped me. You know what I mean?
How'd you get to AA?
Oh, some friend of mine had to get his court slip signed. He's like, I gotta go to an AA meeting because they're gonna send me to AA too. And everybody who had something to say that night, I had some sort of identification with. And I kind of understood what alcoholism was, and that's what's cool about AA. Is like you go to a meeting as an actual alcoholic, and you sit there and just listen to what these people say about the disease, and you right away understand what the fuck's going on just by identifying with another alcoholic story. Like, yeah, I was a good kid. I did do all right. And then, all of a sudden, well, this shit went to shit. Why? Well, you were drinking yourself to death.
So when you first went to AA, you didn't smoke pot at all?
No, we were high that day. I was smoking weed for my first 90 days. I would say in AA. I think I made a pact with myself that I was going to stop smoking weed because I wanted to be like these people. And I wanted to do what they were doing.
So you were never in AA. Were you ever in AA and not smoking pot?
Yeah, it was for 3 years.
Okay, so now you feel like you can't go back?
No, I choose not to go back.
Do you see your friends, your AA friends?
I need to make some sort of friends when it comes to like hanging out with people or having a
life.
rapport. Like that's what AA kind of helped me with. Was like it gave me a sort of a social life back then because I met people that didn't drink, and then, you met a ton of young people too, and it's like then it becomes a fashion show. It becomes like high school all over again too. But I was also like 21.
The
20.
fashionable one
I was
there.
trying to be the big cock in the room, trying to impress people. I was pretty much the comedian in the cruise, too. Like I was always trying to make people laugh and shit. And I would always do that at the open mics too. When I would do it with my AA friends, and it always killed with the AA people because they weren't there to be judged by their fucking moral standards, I guess. As opposed to comedians where like everything's a fucking moral stand, whether it's, what you laugh at or what you say on stage.
Virtue.
Virtue too. But it's more like, you're taking a moral stand with everything you say instead of like, like people would just fucking say something to say it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's literally not where you stand morally. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all about it. Can you do for us, like right now, like your speech, like if you were like, say we're at an AA meeting right now and they call your name, they're like, the 5-year trip today. Very special. Our very special. You all know him. He's the showstopper, queen of the fashion show. We love his cowlick. Here he is, little Maddie Sterney. Okay, now you get up and do your AA speech. Hi, my name's Matt. I know it starts like that.
I'm doing the show like these guys tonight. I'm just like talking to somebody for an incessantly long amount of time.
No, we're getting a great interview here. Hi, my name is Matt.
I know. I gotta go on that guy. Fucking, what's his name? I gotta go on that. He's a sweetheart. That John guy show.
Oh yeah, Johnny Barash.
Yeah. Are they able to get it?
Are you better be coming on in the flesh?
It's much more entertaining because they have low IQs and they speak in low tones.
Who?
Well, I haven't had many disturbances in chat, so I think somebody had some sort of issues in the home.
What?
People are talking about my facial hair too. I love it.
Are they liking it?
No one's called me Lemmy tonight. I actually should do a Lemmy. I just can't grow beard. It's like a full beard. It sucks. It doesn't connect.
It looks good. You look good right now.
I'm just in the all natural phase of my life. You know, girls nowadays, they don't even shave their legs and think men should accept it.
I think men should start shaving their legs, actually.
Like, I couldn't imagine what your asshole and vagina would maintain your legs properly.
What?
The armpit hair is something that is just non-attractive to me, too. I'm sorry, I grew up in the 90s with really hot fucking models like Carmen Electra.
Oh, you should see my armpit hair, though.
Diaz as like a hot fucking, you know.
Is hot AF. I've got bleached. I have no armpit hair, so it's taken me years to even get what I've got.
We loved jerking off to Pam Anderson's big old boobies in the 90s, okay?
Oh, yeah, we did. Remember that? I love that. I love her in that white bra, in that with the black band in that music video.
But it's like,
that's what I'd jerk it to.
In the city, especially, so alt. It's just so ridiculous. It just makes me sad. Like, it makes me sad. Like, I'm a penguin or something that can't find a mate because they're all fucking just like, they want to be their grandma. It's freaking me the fuck out. They get worst fucking haircuts. They wear these glasses that are fucking obnoxiously gaudy. They wear clothes from fucking 1973 to 1951. So what are you doing, woman? You're in the best years of your life, and you want to look fucking like my grandma, who's a deaf and blind woman. She can't see herself in the mirror sometimes. What the fuck is going on?
Wait, so this is the grandmother that's down in South, you said South Carolina. She's in South Carolina? She's in Myrtle Beach.
North Carolina.
You said, why'd you say South Carolina?
They're outside of South Carolina, because you can have the North Carolina laws. My grandpa was smart. North Carolina laws, and do everything in South Carolina. You know what I mean?
What's great about the North Carolina laws?
I don't know. His property taxes were probably way cheaper.
I mean, I'm from there.
The guy retired to the
tattoo laws
shittiest place in the world, I think. I hated going down there because it was boring. I loved spending time over there. It was almost like he wanted to retire to like his own fucking ranch, and he got the scuffed version of it, which is just some retirement village.
Oh, it's a retirement.
Not really a retirement village, but it's like you know how they have a lot of villages and gated communities down south?
I'm getting out of the bathtub. I gotta charge
you know what I mean?
If they have, where do they have retirement villages?
What are you talking about? I'm not fucking doxing them and shit, dog. You're not even paying attention to this phone conversation now.
What, me?
I'm on speaker because
I have to get out of the bathtub. I've been in the bathtub for so long, so I'm just like getting out right now.
this guy's absolutely wrong in the chat.
Oh, you're talking to him. I'm like,
He goes, Matt, don't be so picky. Just find a chick if that's what you want. It's not what I want, though.
obviously Mark's is in love with me. What, is he even listening?
I want just a chick. Every girl is the same here, and every girl out of the batch is what I just described to you. They're all.
Oh no.
It's horrible.
Oh, my landline phone keeps beeping.
That means it's gonna die.
It bleeps you out. I know, it's
Yeah,
kind of...
it's like fighting Bill the Butcher in the movie Gangs of New York.
Did you watch Bill the Butcher? I'm supposed to watch it. I haven't seen it.
I don't know anybody discussing. I watch documentaries about World War II. That was some greatest generation shit, bro. When they dropped the nukes. I was, right before the show tonight was watching a documentary about the first nuke.
What about when they dropped that bomb?
Some chilling shit.
What about when they dropped that bomb
You
on...
armed the thing on the plane? He's like, and at that moment, I didn't even think about it, but I was the last guy to touch that bomb. I'm like, that guy's a fucking, like, he's probably dead now, but what a legend. They didn't even know what they were dealing with on that plane. You know? How insane is that?
What do you mean?
The first nuke, you know, the nuclear bombs
Oh, yeah.
on Japan in 1945.
Yeah, well, this is what I was going to say. Is
that and a lot of, like, modern marvels and, like, engineering stuff.
Are you talking about Hiroshima?
Yeah.
Because do you know about the fucking cake? This is my big issue with Hiroshima and America, which I don't like, and Japan, which I do like, where my brother lives now.
I like Japan, but, you know, they didn't want to fucking end the war. So we're like, okay, well, we don't want to lose 1 million troops invading this fucking place, so we're just going to do this.
Well, but, okay, so do you know about the cake, though?
You know how many casualties we would have had to have given up if we invaded Japan? Those guys were armed to the motherfucking T and ready to just die for the empire. That was a pretty insane war. Nobody talks about that shit.
They don't.
That's the shit Hitler did. Like, and to think that was less than 80 years ago. You know, that is insane.
They killed so many people. You gotta watch, I was watching, what's really funny, actually? I don't know why it's funny, but I was watching the Scientology channel. Like, and
I like to go get, like, the rubber duck, and that was the most... They don't have those. Go ahead, the rubber duck.
What's the
prostitution in Japan?
My brother said those underwear vending machines are also maybe not real. He said that.
No, they're not real. I don't see any of that shit. And, like, people who actually go to Japan's blogs.
I didn't know that was a hoax.
Like little streets in Tokyo and like a couple other big cities that have that shit.
I'm over here free bleeding. I don't get it.
It's legal there. You can't even smoke weed there. Teddy Safarian just came back from Japan, and while he was there, he was able to get a little bit of weed, and it was fucking $140. Was like a little fucking dime bag over there, and it is some of the swaggiest of swag. Like,
Oh, but I'm sure you can order. You just have to get your stuff online from the dark web, or just have somebody
If
fucking.
you get caught with it, if you're a fucking resident there, it's years in prison. And if you're fucking visiting, you're now banned from Japan for life.
Oh, whatever. I'm going to Japan, and I'm bringing some pot with me.
Passport too.
I've brought pot to so many countries.
Good luck getting into other countries.
Dude, I've done it. It's not, and especially now, it's so easy.
What countries have you been deported from?
I have not been deported from any countries.
Why are you telling me that?
What do you mean? I'm saying what, should I not say that?
You would get deported from Japan for weed and think it's cool?
No, I'm saying I would bring weed there and I wouldn't get deported.
That is a stupid.
I've done it like a million times. They're like, it's easy. I've done that.
They check you though, you ever watch that?
I did that when I went to Istanbul. And it's like, can you imagine someone literally like fingering like like my friends when they were going to Iceland, I was like sleeping at their house, and like every time I woke up, they would be talking about like Paige like putting like saran wrap around a tampon, and like it was like this whole thing, and then I realized they were like bringing pot that way, and I remembered that, and I used it when I went to Istanbul. But do you know about the cake? And my brother's straight edge AF, so he doesn't care in Japan.
A cake?
Okay, so after Hiroshima, after they dropped that bomb, I wish I could post a picture in here. Or like somebody would tell me how to post a picture in the Discord or cam in, because I don't see that option. But after Hiroshima, they made this cake that was in the shape of the mushroom cloud that killed all these poor innocent people and cut it. Good old America. Uh-oh. Are you still there? It's actually a very cool looking cake.
I'm wearing Hampton Brandon pants. You can see my ankle.
What?
I should do a suspect dance.
Show us your ankles.
No.
Show us the ankles. Where's the left hand? You're sounding. Can you hear that? Can you hear what it sounds? No, I guess not. You sound like you are made of gravel. Shoot. How do I I gotta wait for this thing to recharge? What am I gonna do? I found the cake. I want to ask you something, but I can't really hear you. What? Yeah, can you not hear me either? Do I sound weird? Because you sound really weird.
Yeah, of course they celebrated the fucking dropping of bombs.
What?
In 1946.
Uh-oh.
Please try again later.
What? Who are you talking about? What? Yes. No. Whoops. Shit. No. Oh my God. That's right. How do I do this? Trying to set up Discord.
These people fucking put out that have audiences is the most do. So don't tell me YouTube is some fucking cradle of fucking entertainment existence. It's not. For me to hold down 30 viewers for 4 hours at a time is fucking pretty hard. Talking and literally just talking and talking and talking. Honestly, a radio station looks for stuff like that. But that shit's dead too. And you know what they rely on? The same thing these asshole vloggers rely on. By the minute ad revenue. They want people watching ads every minute. The best way to do it is make 10-minute videos. They put 2, 3 ads on those motherfuckers. YouTube makes a ton of money. The fucking creator makes some money. Everybody's happy. But it's still, you know, you're just literally feeding into the system that Robert Crean feeds into now, where it's, I'm going to do an Amazon ad. Sure, Amazon's going to kill my city and my art scene is dead, but technology, I get my pills in a bottle from now packed into a bag. I can just rip them open every day because I'm lazy. Fuck this world.
That whole
Seriously.
company sounds like a class action lawsuit waiting to happen. Somebody gets the wrong pills.
Oh yeah, good luck with that. You're dealing with people's medication. Now you got another company dealing with people's medication. But that's success, right? You know, you're on television, but literally you're going against. You know, you were against fucking all this stuff. You took a stand against it, and now you're shilling for it. I could give a fuck about an ad playing before what I have to say. I don't want that shit. I don't want someone clicking on the Onbleachd show and having to sit through a fucking ad that has nothing to do with me. I'm sorry. I have standards.
Hey, Kyle, that's you. Surprised that are you unaware that the avatar of Pepe the Frog is basically what you really look like in real life? That he's green and you're like kind of
Pepe the Frog. That's still funny.
You know, he's got the lips, he's got the bug eyes, the eyebrows.
The fact
you know,
that like 4chan did all this stuff is just like, where's 4chan now that Trump's president? It's like no one even talks about it anymore.
I think it's involved the 8chan.
Well, like what do all those guys do now? Like Trump's the president, they got everything they wanted. It's like what the fuck?
They don't do much, but I think they they fuck with e-girls. I think that's
like they killed Shia LaBeouf off from him anymore.
They killed him out of Hollywood. He's not doing any movies that I'm aware of.
He's had a, yeah, you know. It's pretty fucking cool. But like, you know, you don't hear much about them anymore.
I don't think go up to Joe Rogan. I think it's time for him to go. I don't like him anymore.
A lot of people are upset with Rogan for some reason.
I've had problems with him for
Rogan,
years. And
come on, dude. You know what it is? He doesn't take his role in media seriously. He goes, I'm just a comedian. I just say things, you know. It's just like, dude, no, you have a fucking serious voice. Like, you have a serious fucking influence in the world right now. And it's like, you don't use it here to
doing what you just said. He's making money off of YouTube, and that's what he's done.
No, that's all he's doing it for. He's not actually using his fucking voice and influence. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to talk about the Cash App and not tell you about it. I'm not going to tell you they're lying in my pockets every time I say Cash App. Oh, yeah, Jamie, I pay you with the Cash App, don't I, bro? Get you every week.
Doing ads for Netflix, too, because he talks way too much about Netflix.
Yeah, well,
than any human being should.
Where's his special?
Well, no, he talks about other shows coming up on Netflix all the time.
Yep.
Like, is this an ad for the new show that you're getting paid for this show?
You know how much Howard Stern used to get paid for his live reads when he was on FM radio? It was insane. For Howard Stern to use his voice and tell you to buy something to his audience, that was at least $100,000 for that campaign. You know what I mean?
Howard Stern invented Snapple, or he made Snapple a viable.
Yeah, a lot of fucking things. And it's just Rogan's fucking doing that without even telling you. And I've been telling people for a while, Rogan's the new Howard Stern. People look at Rogan like they look at Howard. We just look at Howard in the 90s. Where it's like, this is the guy, he's funny, but he also has this kind of weird, and he has these interesting people on. A little different, you know, worlds, but still the same, if you think about it. It's a guy talking into a microphone to another person. They all fucking suck in the end. Look at Cumia. I used to think Cumia was awesome. Then you realize who that person. Like how
Cumia's also a 60-year-old man. I mean, I gotta put that in there. They're old men now.
He's,
you know,
54. So give him a break. He's aged really.
54.
So when they ended.
What happens when you're taking that?
When you're drinking
go juice. He's taking some kind of go juice too. Maybe taking some.
But he stepped his drinking up 100% since that show ended.
He's 54.
Is this Jarva? Hello?
He's 54.
Shut up.
No, I remembered what I was gonna say about Eric Spooner. He's into all these Howard Stern conspiracy theories and how everyone's a pedophile and like everybody or whatever. with this thing that's happening? Did you just leave?
Getting a water. I've been talking for 4 hours.
It's very convincing when you leave. I can't wait till I see this closet that you have ramshackled together to look like
You'll
this.
never see it.
Okay.
You'll never see it.
So, but Eric Spooner, what does Donald Trump have to do with 4chan?
Are you drunk?
No, are you?
Yes.
Okay, Eric Spooner said this, and he's a Howard fan. So I don't know where it's coming from, but that he thinks Howard is gay.
I've said that for years.
No.
He only talks about gay shows. He's been doing that since he started watching The Bachelor with Beth.
So you think he's gay and Beth is just a beard for his gayness, and that in addition, he's involved in this prostitution pedophilia ring?
What the fuck?
That's what you said. That's your prediction.
I remember when Howard Stern started talking about babysitter porn. Sounded very forced.
With when his babies were born?
No, you can't even understand what I'm saying.
I know, I can't, and I tried to download the Discord thing.
Fucked up.
Yeah, I mean it's a landline on speakerphone.
It's those things work on weird frequencies.
I know, they do.
Not good for like this type of media that I do.
Well, I tried to download the fucking Discord thing, and I don't get how you do it.
All right, well, you're retarded, so that qualifies you not to be here.
Okay, and the other thing is...
Oh, sorry, that disqualifies you.
Okay, fine.
That was funny. That was funny.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
She took that way too personally.
I tell you that I don't understand.
Oh no. Oh, I know. I was only kidding. But yeah, seriously, if you can't figure that out, I can't help you.
Matt,
I'm sorry. You're just
too
stupid.
much, Matt.
You're just absolutely a retard if you fucking can't even figure that out.
It doesn't...
Did she really cry on the stream, or was that fake?
No, she's fucking she's a LARPer. Just constantly just playing it up to fucking play it up. She's a dramatic. I didn't even bring up the 150.
Java, do you have anything to plug? Well, you can find me at Java Kittyland on Instagram.
I think Pepe Frog is German now. Pepe Frog.
Mute.
What happened?
Hello?
I'm going to verify whether Jimmerman's online.
Let's get him on a stream. Hash it out, man. I'm online, guys. How you doing?
How do I do this?
I'm online. I'm not logged into my Discord at this time, so I doubt that that's me. I believe that might be one of the plumbers or CNC.
Those guys really want Jimmernam, though. They've convinced Porcelain, who has...
I don't think they. I think he's just like shining him on. I don't think he. I mean, he's Isn't he supposed to be doing the Joe Rogan expose?
Because think about it, where's Porcelain going to get all the Jim and Am archive stuff? I'm the only one that has it. And it's all backlogged and privatized. Privatized! You can't get it. It's not on my channel anymore.
Matt, little boy, don't you know that I have some stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I've been recording all the time.
We know that the plumbers are feeding this guy with all the videos. Because I have all the good stuff. I have the real stuff. You know? All that was my work. But sure, you guys can use that to make ad revenue, I guess. Right?
Uh-oh. It might be struck down. Strike me down and I'll rise up.
No. I just
Why not? You strike them down.
Strike them? For what? If my face is on his documentary?
I'm just fucking with them. I wanted them to be up thinking that you would do it.
Stupid
so
too.
go up for another.
They're making videos on Owen Benjamin comparing him to fucking who's that retarded guy that did a community guideline strike on battle streams or battle
I
cams.
remember that one. The one I know how to do the community guideline strikes was the guy with H3H3. That dude, that prick. That's like the kid.
All those faggots. Honestly, if you're making content and someone strikes you, move on.
Be like Jim and Am. You get stricken and you rise up more
I hate
powerful than
those
ever.
grammar
Strike my channel fucking
The
2
most.
times, dude. I didn't even really care. Made another channel until YouTube was like, hey, that wasn't right. Well, they fixed it. They literally struck my Danny Ross interview video.
The Danny Ross interview, they struck that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still not up, is it?
They struck it for deception. Ian Ellis and CEO have it AIDS victim. Yeah, of course.
Oh, they're streaming. They're streaming on Rostock.
Rossrog? Are they streaming right now?
Rostock Brothers. Well, I guess not. I guess this false fake news. That's fake news. Hey, what's going on with what's his name? Joe Booney.
Joe Booney is at a wedding, I guess.
No, but he apparently was crying about
Again?
Somebody using the N-word.
Oh, that's old news. I showed
talking
that
to the
on
manager
show.
in a stream about it. Yeah,
I showed that on the show once when it happened.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone was in the chat and his cousin, who's black, was there. Oh no, no, he had a friend on. This is how the cousin ties in. His cousin actually called the black guy a nigger in the chat. So he knew the kid personally who said it. It was his cousin. He was fucking pissed.
The way the manager, I know he's not, 100% truthful, and he said that he wrote Nagger like in South Park.
Still racist.
But it is kind of, yeah.
To say to a black guy while he's on a stream, I don't know.
Or it's just really hacky, bad joke, like water cooler.
Bad taste. I don't know, dude. Especially in Canada, they're kind of sensitive about all that. Canada's a weird place, man.
I'm probably gonna move to Canada.
Like the hockey vlogger I was telling you about, he plays hockey with like Asian guys and Pakistani guys.
It's not doing kung fu with 8th graders and you're 21.
Hello? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Oh.
Okay. Alright, I have my friend here with me.
You coming over after the show?
Yeah. Niggers.
Oh, it's a little kid.
Trump is gay. Go kill yourself.
So
I like this kid. He's persistent.
No, I always tag don't call the show. on Twitch, and we usually get at least one of those.
These are Twitch kids. I didn't know.
I love the little racist kids on Twitch.
They're trying to get
that's secretly who I want watching all the streams.
They want to get to Ninja and say nigger, well, N-word, and they can get to you, so they do it, right?
Right. I let them, because it's, it's fun.
Like, I saw some video where Ninja is, like, upset that he's not #1 streamer anymore. I mean, what's your take on that? That he's upset that he's not the number one?
He's not playing. Fortnite's not the best game anymore, right?
Only doing Fortnite?
That's what he was good at.
He got like a rage quit. He like, I don't want to be #1. People pressure me. He like took off.
Every streamer does that.
Yeah, but dude, he made like 10 million.
Poseidon has done that like 3 times this year. I've done it like twice this year too.
So if
it's
he made
tough
10
being
million
the best
in a year, shouldn't he be cool with it?
$10 million from his streaming? I'd be worried about the taxes. I think that's what he's fucked up on right now. That he's probably not able to cover the taxes. Hello?
Yes, hello. This is the Metro Police Department.
Yeah. Are you coming to my apartment?
Out there, you got a doobie.
There are 2 people
We're
on
in
the
an interview
police
room for the
phone.
London.
Stop it. That's racist.
Can I get a oh yeah, please?
Fuck yeah, dog.
Oh yeah, alright.
KFC and watermelon.
sorry for the hassle.
Try hard 7 out.
Thanks for being a good sport.
Dodge Charger.
Charger's a good. That's
In prison.
vehicle.
They need to bring back that racist white kid. And Moonman.
Are you fucking niggers for dinner?
Dinner? They have no nutrition.
Pass my man. Puff pass my man.
My burn juice for breakfast. Hitler did nothing wrong.
Booty pie.
These guys are our future, man.
Children our future.
Dude, I'm telling you.
I think I should sell my soul to Satan so I could get really rich.
Dude, the future's bright. We got young MAGA kids. We got kids still saying the N-word like it's funny. Like, this is not a scary thing. This is normal young teen stuff. So, Black America, stop being so nervous about it, okay? Your teenagers are murdering people with guns.
Your call has been forwarded to...
I'm a failed abortion.
You're a failed abortion?
Yeah, I'm a one-night stand.
Okay.
Well, if your mom
I bet
had
you have, like,
I was conceived in Montreal, Canada.
So are you Canadian citizen? I think that's the law, right?
No, I was conceived there.
Oh, yeah.
You have like a tattoo of Hitler right on your ass cheek.
It just
I have my Hitler tattoo right on my left nut. What about that?
I have them on both nuts.
Both
I
nuts.
have them on all 5 of my nutsack.
Where are you guys from?
Canada.
Canada? Are you near Barrie,
I've never
Ontario?
been out of the basement. I've just been locked down here. I eat my my owner's shit and piss.
Are you telling us you're confessing that you are the manager's secret love child that he had when he was 14? Right, that's you.
So I'm confessing that you're a white piece of shit.
Oh, man.
You should have a white piece of shit.
Twitch?
I never denied that.
After this call, we'll be banned.
Where are we like?
My Twitch is Maxi Pat 3000.
Maxi pad. What about mini pads?
On whenever I come.
What about when you go? I can't understand them.
On the computer over there, man.
Are they sharing the same microphone? I know. They're like three-way calling us. It's funny.
He's pulling our IP. He's pulling our IP.
I got your IP. You guys are fucked now. That was so easy. You're banned. I am now DDoSing your routers as we speak.
Uh-oh.
I'm not even connected to an internet. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, I got your cell phone.
Alright, bet.
I got your landline.
What's my data
Shutting it
usage?
down.
What's all my shit?
All right. Expect a ton of car warranty phone calls in the next 22 to 48 hours.
Stop it out there.
You know how annoying it is? You get a phone call in the middle of a job and you answer and it's a lady saying, "Hey, we've been trying to reach you on your car's extended warranty. Expect about 1,000 of those this week, buddy. Ha ha."
You're sitting on your ass with the fucking name. Fucking hard on the job.
You reach your butthole.
What? I'm privileged enough to take personal phone calls on my job. I could talk on the phone all day.
Killyourself.com.
That's right. Yeah, my Snapchat is IMAPDO. Because I don't use Snapchat.
Okay, when you gonna do that, pussy?
But you're DDoS right now. You expect you never to upload another fucking Minecraft video for the rest of your life.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I don't play Minecraft. I play Roblox.
Yeah, no, we know you play Minecraft because Minecraft is the gay
I
Roblox.
haven't played Minecraft in like 3 years. What are you talking about, you fat ass
You
cunt?
still play it though, bitch.
Yeah. I'll show you what I have downloaded on nothing.
Yeah, no, I bet you play Apex like a little bitch and cry to your mom for Apex points. You love Apex. You think all the black women rule in that game.
Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. My flying dick is fuck, G.
Shut up.
No, I only fuck with about 2
How do you talk?
Yeah, well, you know what? You will discover hentai very soon, my friend.
What is hentai?
So tell me more about what Hitler
Gray
did.
shirt, long ass sleeves, motherfucking pussy ass.
Yeah.
Yo, why you got a pedo stash?
It's not a pedo stash, okay? Stop saying that. Lemmy. This is Lemmy. I'm Lemmy. I'm Motorhead, bro. This is metal. This is metal. Hey,
Look at your face and say again. Look at your face in the mirror, pussy.
I'm gonna say it again.
Is that a grinder I see in your desk? Is that a grinder?
Yeah, dog.
Is that a grinder?
You sound like Bo Bandy.
Oh, he's talking about earlier about weed and schizophrenia. I think that's scientific evidence. Bo Bandy.
Oh, I know. No, Bo Bandy's a
like
bit.
5 lines a fucking day.
I think that guy legitimately freaked out on stream one day and was like, "Hey, I could do that all the time. It would be funny."
Isn't he like a stage kid? Like both his parents were like
Toby,
entertainment.
this is this kid.
You know,
This is this kid. He goes,
Sorry, what?
both his parents are entertainers, right? They're news people or play-by-play guys, and it looked like they were pushing him into being like that. You know, like, oh, you could be a TV and radio guy. And so he's like one of like the stage parents, you know. So he's like always wanting.
But
to be
he
on
liked
camera
Opie and
smiling.
Anthony.
That's his fault.
But it's like,
I don't know. I mean, he came across it.
He liked Opie and Anthony and wanted to get into
But how's a guy in the Bay Area
So
come
once you have
across
Discord
Opie
open, you're
and
going
Anthony,
to
it's
go
like
down to the
satellite
bottom
radio.
left,
Yeah.
press the user settings cog.
I made my parents
And
buy me
on
satellite
the
radio
side area, you're going to click
so I
voice.
could listen to
But
Howard
Opie
Stern.
and Anthony
and
actually
then find
started in
input mode
Boston.
right here. Click it.
You know?
Click push to talk.
So,
Then
was
click this
listening to
area
them
to the right. Click what key
But
you
yeah,
want to use.
it's weird, West
And now
Coast. You
you
probably
have
found the
your
show
push to
somehow.
talk key set, and I don't have to hear your goddamn
And then he
background
dove
noise.
deep
Thank you
into
for
it,
your time.
like you said.
That Ethan Bradbury?
He did spend time in rehab. I know you put the headphones
yeah,
on
it's
and
like-
I just listen to.
A lot of kids have drug problems who are rich. That's crazy.
But it's always going on. I remember kids breaking into houses and just to get money for cocaine. Back then, it was just
Hello?
Hello.
What's up?
We just wanted to say we apologize for our ways. We didn't. We were just joking around.
I
you
know. Thanks, man. Sorry. All right. Have a good night.
Fuck you, nigger.
yo, they got us. Oh my god. Get one bike.
God damn it.
God damn it! I didn't see that coming.
That's funny. It's literally like once a month I get them. Or at least once a show.
It's the same kid too.
No, it's
He's
not.
a fan.
It's different kids. But
They
that's
all sound the same, like an NPC. Like you're saying, this is legitimately.
but that's every like 13-year-old kid on the internet though. They just want to do shit like that. And I love it because that's what I was doing. You know, I would
when I was a kid.
I would go into AOL chat rooms and just say outrageous shit and talk to like outrageous ass. I would LARP back then, dude.
Hello?
AOL, but
Yeah, AOL Instant Messenger, the AOL
Is this
chat
working?
rooms. This was on dial-up.
Does that work?
yeah, we had a dial-up computer in our house, but it was like you paid for.
Hello?
I got my mother's account banned on AOL because I got us kicked out of the chat room. It took like the IP down or some shit. Like I did it on my own screen name, but it took her internet access out for a bit. She had to call fucking AOL, and they had like
That
a
was Joe's
script.
sports channel, and he left. What
They had like a
happened?
script
He
of
came
what
in and
I
left.
said. Joe was at a wedding tonight.
Yeah, it says he's on the phone. It says he's mobile. He came in and left.
Hello?
What's up, Joe? When you listen to the stream, get back in the fucking chat. Say
Why is it off stream?
Sports report. All right. Joe Booney. Sports. No, Joe Booney's not coming in.
Hello?
Oh, look who figured out Discord.
Fuck!
What a dumb bitch. Oh, look who figured out Discord.
Yeah!
What a dumb bitch.
I did it. Wait, is it working? Oh my god. This is so confusing.
This is the first time Jarvis ever been on Discord. First time Jarvis ever been on Discord. So Jarvis, are you gonna put up a stream too? Like stream snipe Matt like the plumber did. You gonna put up a stream too? Like stream snipe
Oh,
Matt like the plumber did.
You should. Fix your shit.
Stream snipe.
what do you mean?
Like the plumber
Mute
did.
the stream.
How-
Mute the screen.
but then, how do I listen to it?
Through here, because you're in Discord. This is the actual show going on. Through
Oh,
here,
this
because you're
show,
in
you can
Discord.
hear the
Oh,
show in
actual show
Discord?
going on. Through here. Well, you're talking to me right now. If you're listening to the show, it has an 8-second delay. So use your fucking brain. If you're listening to the show,
Oh, I
it has
don't,
an
I
8-second
can't,
delay.
I don't know
So,
how to
like,
listen
use
to
your
it.
fucking brain. Oh my god. Hello? Hello?
Jarvis, are these your nephews?
My nephew.
Are these your nephews?
I am not related to these people, but I want to be.
For a living?
I only have an 8-second delay. It's very rare. We're pretty much doing fucking live television. I only have an 8-second delay. So you don't need to listen to the stream. You can watch it, just mute it. So but it's just gonna be me sitting at the desk still. You can watch it, just mute it. But it's just gonna be me sitting at the desk still.
Do you have anything you need to plug? Do you have like a Instagram, a Twitter? Do you plug to the audience? Because do you have like a high number is falling in love with you tonight. Like he really wants bathwater. High number runs falling in love with you.
A retard.
Bathwater.
Yeah, you want
to run to meet a girl armpit. She's trying to matchmake here. High number of
these callers.
We're trying to matchmake here. High number.
What's this guy have? Like these callers, man.
Hello, I want to ask people, and
Yo, did you know?
hello, I want to ask people, and
Wait, but if I mute it, how will I hear it?
I got 7 Michael. I got 7 Michael.
Channel, not the YouTube
No more calls.
channel, not your Discord.
What happened to the Don A show? I guess
Don A is now in the world of making scripts.
Oh, you
According
can
to-
hear it.
boxing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Don A is now a script writer. He's taking script writing courses or going to school or night school or some bullshit. He told me, that's what I heard from Dirty Rob. Because we know he wants to be an entertainer. He's 5'3".
I'm gonna be in the Raquel Welch sequel.
Raquel Welch is a friend of mine, personal friend of mine. I appeared in the funeral theme in some made-for-TV movie 3 years ago.
I guess Raquel Welch is a woman. It was like a.
He said Welsh, not Welch.
No, she wasn't a woman.
No, it's that black guy. I'm that black guy. It's always in the movies, you know. I was.
Do people just hold their hands on this button for a long time, or do they just say one thing and then run away?
Well, most people like put it on a mouse button and you just hold it, you know.
You just sit here and hold it.
Yeah, you gotta hold it.
And you gotta be.
Or do you get a little paperweight? What do you mean you gotta be selective?
I don't know. You just don't want to fucking be jibber jabbering. Kind of limits what you have to say. It's easier.
It's for like sound bites. How does it limit?
It makes my show sound better.
I like to do this. Wait, listen to this. What does this sound like? Hey, can you guys hear me? Am I coming in normal? And can you? Is it working right? Does it sound cool?
Can't figure stuff out. You're so ironic.
I don't know what it sounds like because I'm listening through the Discord. Except when I do that, then I have to start doing the voice like I'm getting broken up, even though. And I am Rob Cream, and I am on the Onbleachd show. That idiot stole my hat. No, that shitty dude. I meant to say.
I like to chose her name, Little Bleachy 69.
That's something I thought that was Don A.
You never know who I am, Matthew.
Well, you're annoying.
That's what she does.
What does getting stricken for deception mean in the YouTube world? Please tell me.
You get that 150?
What does it mean when you get copyright stricken
Good night.
for
Fuck you.
deception?
You're annoying. Couldn't even figure out Discord.
I did. Look at this. I did all this work for you, and you're stupid. I personally don't like it. I would rather be on my landline because I can walk around.
As a longest person to figure out
I could not take a bath with this operation.
Sad the phone didn't fall in there.
I know that would have been so voyeuristic for you.
What?
I don't know how to do the video part though.
There would have been a video part, but we're way past that.
I know, but I'm gonna have to figure this out.
You can't even figure out voice.
I did it. I have figured out the voice button and how to push the button.
Well, if you can't deal with that, then you can't be here.
What do you mean?
I mean what I just said.
If I can't deal with that,
If you can't figure out or deal with pushing that button,
I am figuring it out. I am pushing the button.
You just want to sound like a robot.
When I push the button, automatically I begin to sound like a robot.
Is Little Bleachy like a substitute for Amazon, whatever?
For Amazon?
Yeah, you push to talk. You're like a little voice.
Little Bleachy
Siri,
is me.
What is it?
I
How
am
tall
the
is it?
new.
It's 100 feet.
You can ask Little Bleachy any question. Little Bleachy
yeah, if you
69.
assholes are doing fake Alexa videos or fake Siri videos, you know you're just promoting Apple too, you scumbags.
What's a fake Siri or Alexa video?
Where people make a bit where they're making Alexa say stupid shit. But you're a Little Bleachy. You'd say stupid shit.
I am Little Bleachy. You never know what I will say. Does that cut out though when I do that?
Yeah, it cuts out.
I don't, because I can't hear it because I'm listening on the Discord.
All right, well, you're just retarded.
Don't get upset with me now, Marks.
No, because you do it normally and then you pretend like, oh no, I don't know.
I'm not pretending. I am computing in the way that I have come to compute.
It's not funny. It's absolutely
I
funny.
think it's funny. I'm sorry.
I enjoy it myself. Thank you. Did you know that to
You're
be
lost.
copywritten stricken, what does it mean when you're stricken for deception? Who struck you, and what does that mean in concern to the Danny Ross thing?
That's so fucking autistic.
What?
It is. It's like that was the thing that was brought up hours ago.
I know.
And it's like to go.
I mean,
back
oh, you mean I'm like incredibly
shit
gifted?
is just stupid. It's just inherently redundant.
Why?
Unbelievably
Do people
redundant.
know what that is? I don't know what that you meant.
It's a stupid detail, honestly. If you use like, say I titled this is the Super Bowl, and it's just me talking, that would be deception.
Oh.
And stop fucking holding the button down while I talk.
Oh shit. Oh my god.
You can still hear me.
This is too much.
Well, dude, this is too much.
You're too much.
Too much.
It's like a rom-com.
Just annoying. That's all. For the sake of annoyance. And I'd rather not have that in my fucking life.
So, but you said it's an interview with Danny Ross.
Oh my god. Yeah, let's go into this cul-de-sac. Good night, everybody. Been a great show.
And it wasn't an interview with Danny Ross? I'm confused.
You ended the show, Jarva Kitty.
Oh, I did not mean to end this show.
How many feet in a mile?
Little Bleachy wants the show to go till 4 a.m. Little Bleachy.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for being here.
Are you going to say that you love all of us? Tell us you love us all, Marks.
It's been interesting, Jarva. You haven't.
Where are you? Where are you? Okay. my star stars. I couldn't once I started pushing that button, I could not use my normal voice. Let your eyes roll back into your head. What does that mean? Oh, it's high number. No, it's interesting. Is that how to fall asleep? Is that all? Interesting. Okay, okay, I've got one more phone call I can make before. Hopefully I won't. This is gonna be a tough call if this person wakes up and isn't aware of what I'm gonna tell them. It's almost, I don't want to do this. Yeah. And then I'm gonna take another bath because I didn't fucking wash my hair. And then I'm gonna go to bed, and then I'm gonna go to Rich E. DuPont, my dear friend's funeral, birthday, celebration. Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
God, I know you don't want to be in the stream. Okay. Have you heard about Stephen Brody Stevens?
No. What about it?